Everybody, welcome to Jake Showcase. I do videos on Wednesdays. Today I'm going to tell you about my ultimate crush, Rejection. Hope you enjoy. Being the smallest guy in the entire country was sort of a bit of a problem for me my entire life. In fact, it wasn't until I was about halfway through the 6th grade that I became the second smallest in the entire country. I was very closely watched by a lot of doctors as a very unusual case. If you watch my channel, you'll see that again and again it's sort of been a recurring theme. But the ultimate crush, Rejection, happened to me a while ago. We have to move way back to elementary school. Now the elementary school that I went to was very, very mixed. It was a lot of Portuguese, a lot of Italians, we had some natives, Polish, and regular Canadians that were in the class together. Our class was particularly unusual. We took ADHD to the extreme. We were like ADHD class on roid. Out of the class of 30, I think I was one of only 2 or possibly 3 who actually went to and graduated from university. At a very young age, everybody was getting into a whole lot of trouble. Year after year, no teacher wanted our class to go to their grade. And the reason was because we would drive them basically into retirement. We had one teacher who was able to hang with us, and when they found that there was one teacher that could sort of get along with our class, she actually stayed with us for a couple of years because no other teacher wanted to touch our class. Special projects, the Bart Simpsons, these people were all in my class, and me too. I was in the class as well. Just sort of the runt, sort of the mouthy runt of the litter, and I used to watch all the different fights and arguments and yelling and screaming going on. It was a wild time. Get to the story. Around the 4th grade, what we had was one of the most beautiful girls that I had ever seen in my life move into our school and get into our class. While all the girls were tall, she was particularly sort of tall, blonde, athletic, very, very loud, boisterous, and fun. She always had a comeback, she always had a word, she always won her arguments. She was the real sort of dominant female of our classroom. She was the captain of the sports team. She was the person that every guy wanted to go out with. She was the best looking girl in the entire class. In fact, she was the best looking girl in the entire school. When this white Canadian beauty moved into my poor neighborhood, I couldn't believe it. I was completely overwhelmed, and I was immediately in love. I was at sort of the peak of my growth deficiency, and so she must have been about a foot taller than me. Way taller than me, but when I would look up at her, I just thought she was just amazing. Usually around the 4th through the 9th grade, this is when, people are sort of developing their crushes, their loves, valentines, these types of things, is starting to sort of materialize, or who likes who, and makeout sessions. All this stuff was starting to happen, and, I was sort of left on the back burner for it for the most part. Girl was hotly pursued by just about every male in our classroom. Me, I usually had to take a backseat, but man, I thought she was great. For a couple months, you'd be going out with this one or going out with that one and getting in these big blow-up fights. And because you're in the same classroom again and again and again, it would get really intense in the classroom when one of the two were going out and they'd break up, or she was going out with another one and they'd break up, because there's nowhere else to go, unlike high school or university where the classes are all different. A lot of the girls didn't particularly, like me as a boyfriend because I was so small. They did like to talk to me about their boy situations because, I was a pretty good listener and pretty good talker, and I understood relationships well. So I ended up being able to talk to these girls about what was going on. Sort of like the classic guy friend, at best. But it was killing me. It was absolutely killing me, particularly with this one girl. Usually every dance before the dance, I'd always be able to get one dance with her. I'd one or possibly 2 dances with her. But, she'd have her real romantic dances with some other guys, and it was always heartbreaking for me. I had told her I liked her. I had wrote her a valentine. I had done a few different things to sort of indicate my interest to her, and she would always sort of look the other way. The interesting things was she actually lived really close to me. In elementary school, a lot of times you live really close to where you go to school, and so she actually lived only a couple of blocks from me. In the beginning of the summer, when I was in the 7th grade going into the 8th grade, she had basically gone out with several of the different guys, but basically was laying off the guys, and we were heading into summer break. We actually spent quite a bit of time talking, going down to the train tracks together, having lunch, talking on the phone a bit. So we did have a pretty good relationship, me and her, sort of regardless. And we were coming up to the summer break, and summer had just started. During the summertime, because her mother was a single mother, she'd go to work. it turned out that this girl was going to be at home a lot by herself. And, you know, just as the summer began, before I decided we were going to go down the States, we were going to hang out together. Talking, I had a crush on this girl for years. I was completely entranced by her. I thought she was absolutely fabulous. She had perfect eyebrows. She had hair. She would change the color of her hair from blonde to brown. She was always winning. It was impossible not to like this girl. I barely made it up to her chin. After her most recent back and forth breakup with one of these guys, I finally thought I was going to have my opportunity. Now that school was out, all the guys had cleared out, and I had basically the most geographic best opportunity because I only lived 2 blocks from this girl. She was pretty smart. I don't know how she did exactly in school, and I know that she sort of was so into the fashion and the beauty and the hair and stuff like this. She sort of had her mindset that she wanted to be sort of like a hairstylist, when after she went through high school, and be a hairstylist or something like that. Since all the different times that she spent on her hair and her makeup and stuff like that, it made a lot of sense that she would really know what she was doing. When I was that age, I had no idea what I wanted to be. Anyway, school was over. It was about a week and a half after school was over. We were in a summer vacation, and one day she calls me up, like, Jake, you know what? I'm really bored. Do you want to come over tomorrow and we can watch a movie together? She wanted to watch a horror movie with me. Now, I don't particularly like horror movies, but of course I said yes. So yeah, I'd love to come over. Well, that night I was in my thoughts thinking, oh my God, she finally likes me. She finally realizes I'm a great guy. She finally is sick of these guys. This is my chance. I'm going to her house. It's just going to be me and her. I was pumped up. I slept a wink that night. I had it all planned out, how I was going to do my hair, how I was going to look, what I was going to dress like. Right now I'm in the 7th grade, right? And this is my big opportunity. Me and her alone, watching a movie together in her place. Gold mine, baby. Gold mine. This is me. I'm in. I show up. Pressed shirt, right? I had a little bit of candy. I think I had a little flower too. Ready to go. Ready to watch this movie. I was pumped. I even had a nice little cologne on. I was as good as I could get. And I'm knocking on her door, and she opens the door. She was happy to see me. She's like, oh, come on in, Jake. I'm so happy you came. She looked really nice too. So nervous. I couldn't believe it. I actually was alone in her house with this girl to watch this movie, and it was true. There was nobody there. It was just me and her, and she had it all ready to go. She was ready to go with popcorn and everything. Oh my God, this is actually happening. This is actually happening. We're actually on a date. This is amazing. On some cool mood music, and we start talking a little bit, and then we go, and she goes and turns on the movie. I kind of forget what the name of the movie is, but it had something to do with a raft and a big blob of black goo jumping up and grabbing people and dragging them into the black goo, and it was some sort of, I really didn't like the movie whatsoever. Couldn't think about no movie. I'm sitting beside this girl that I had a crush on for 4 or 5 years now, and we were finally together. She was smelling amazing. She was looking amazing. My stomach was in complete butterflies. She knew I was nervous because she could tell by my sweaty palms, by the fact that I had my teeth, my hands clenched, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I could barely even drink my soda. I was having a problem even getting one popcorn down at a time. And she was far advanced in this kind of material than I was. It didn't seem like she was nervous at all. I really had no idea how to initiate. I had no idea. I don't think I had ever kissed a girl. I didn't know what to do. And all of a sudden she said, you know what, this movie's kind of getting boring. God, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. I got another idea. Why don't we do something else? Do you want to come into my room, into the bathroom in here? Oh yeah, sure, that sounds great. So the bathroom and bedroom area were right sort of in a different area. So she walks me over there and she's like, I got the greatest idea. Eyes are as wide as saucers. She's like, you know what? I'd love to do your hair. I got such great ideas for your hair. Big idea was that she wanted to put on some clothes on me that she had, and she wanted to do my hair. She wanted to do my hair. This is what she wanted to do, my hair. She wanted to fix my hair. I was really small, so she actually had me sit onto the sink while she started brushing and blow drying my hair. I was like, this is a complete disaster. She was using some sort of picture from the magazine that she had, and she was trying to make my hair look like this magazine picture. Sitting there completely mortified as she thought of different things that she could do. She was using me as like as a makeup or practice doll. I couldn't believe it. I'm staring right at nose to nose with the girl that I got this huge crush with, and she's doing my hair. She isn't thinking about making out with me at all. So 15 or 20 minutes, when I realized what was going on, I was like, you know what, I gotta go. I don't think this is working out here. I'm just not feeling too good. I left with my hair about 3/4 done. It was kind of sticking in weird directions, and I think she had some sort of like puff stuff on me. It was kind of crazy, and I felt terrible. I left, and it took me about 3 years, it felt like, to walk that 2 blocks back to my house with my head hanging low. I couldn't believe it. The girl of my dreams, she had crushed me and was sending me home with a hairdo and with some freaking strange puff powder on me. What a killer. I think it was at that point that I had completely given up on this girl, and I basically a couple weeks later, we ended up going down to the States, and I sort of forgot about the whole thing. But it really, really devastated me to know that, you know, I was so close to what I liked, and it fell apart. That is my ultimate crush rejection. Funny how these memories from youth carry with you throughout your whole life, it feels like. You just have to learn through these tough experiences. Thanks for watching Jake Showcase, everybody. Don't forget to like the video below, subscribe to the channel up above. I do my videos on Wednesdays. I hope you have a wonderful day.